Alright guys, today we're going to be reacting to why Germans love America's most underrated state. What does that mean? The most underrated state? What are we talking about here? What state? Utah? Idaho? Maine? Delaware? Rhode Island? One of those. Let's see what's going on here. Let's jump in.
In my last video, you saw my German girlfriend Laura experience some fun things here in the United States.
That's beautiful.
Now in this video, we hit on some more important American experiences, and through these moments, I realized one of the main things that Germans love about visiting the USA. So buckle up.
Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. It's a little trail, right? Look at that.
So we decided to take Laura to the Oregon. Besides actually the beach that our family.
I wasn't expecting Oregon. Oh, most underrated state. It is kind of underrated. Yeah. It's kind of, now that you mention it, it's really West Coast-ish. Oregon. Have some bad reputation about certain things, I guess. But that's only one area of Oregon. But overall, it's a beautiful state, yeah.
We always went to growing up, so we know it really well. We went into downtown Seaside, and Laura got to try one of the most famous American cuisines around.
The first corn dog.
Fun fact, German immigrants are credited with creating the first corn dogs.
Nice. Ooh. Your very first corn dog.
It better be exciting.
Yeah.
I was so excited because I never had a corn dog in my life. But then I saw how they make it, and then my excitement went like.
Look at that corn dog.
Oh, God. That's nice and crispy. Come on now. That's nice and crispy. You just take a bite out of it. You know. You'll be happy.
But the corn dog was fried for like 10 minutes in this oil. I don't even know how long the oil was in this hole.
No, they have to make it like that.
Are you excited?
I don't know.
Laura's first ever corn dog.
Oh.
Corn dog.
Okay, I'm scared.
Go ahead.
You should be.
There we go. There we go. Yep.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. Because you get that salty and sweet mix.
It's like
Oh, monster. I never tried like that. Yeah, you get that's such American.
really
way
yummy,
to eat it.
and then you pretty quickly get sick of it because it tastes just like fat. But it was an experience, so it was cool.
Yeah.
So
but you
because
get-
we're at Seaside.
That's why they cost very cheap though. It's like $1.50. Or $1.16. It's $1.15. But you get tired very quick.
It's only about 15 minutes away from the famous Cannon Beach that has this big haystack rock. You might have seen it on Instagram or social media. It's pretty cool and famous. 15 minutes south of where we were staying, so we decided to drive there.
And on our drive there, we ran into some unexpected guests.
We saw a bunch of elk on the street. The most elk I've ever seen together in my life. Look at all those chickens.
Oh.
After a short chat with the elk, we made it to the beach.
Yes, so
This is cool.
amazing.
Gloomy. Rainy.
Back to the beach house, then we kind of hung out. We all jumped into the cold winter Pacific Ocean, got really freezing, big cold shock there. It was cool, then came back into the house, got warm, and played Mario Kart on the Nintendo Wii.
Let's go.
Why are you so zoomed in?
Bro, you have a Wii, bro? You have, well, hold up. You have a Wii? Wow.
And then, of course, we made Laura get a big old American breakfast.
Breakfast. When we got back to Portland, we went to the world famous Powell's Books.
That was the best. I could spend for
Wow, yeah,
hours
beautiful,
in there.
yeah.
It's so cool. It looks like you imagine a bookstore to be, like how it should be.
And then another type of classic cuisine
nachos.
for us that is quite rare
Chili?
in Germany.
Mexican food.
Oh, yeah, I loved it so much.
Here, give me a little intel. Where are we? What are we
We're
doing?
in Si Senor. It's a family-owned Mexican restaurant here in Cedar Mill, Oregon.
Okay.
Just west of the city, downtown, off Highway 26.
Great.
It was so yummy. It's so sad. In Germany, we, like where I live, I don't know, probably in the bigger cities for sure, but like where I live, no good Mexican foods. We have one chain, but it's not really good food, and
Yeah,
so that
there's-
was really
that
nice.
looks
And I
good.
got
Damn, look at those
fajitas.
prices, bro.
What do you think of the portion size?
Dang, those prices are up. It's up there. I'm not gonna lie.
That was good.
Yeah,
Good
that's very
amount.
nice. Yeah.
It was crazy.
Then Laura and I headed slightly east from
Oh, look at
Portland
that, beautiful.
over the mountains to Central Oregon.
Now, in order to make this journey, we had to rent a car.
Yeah.
We asked for one that would be good going over the mountain and in the snow. They gave us this bad boy,
Oh yeah.
a Jeep Gladiator, which looked awesome, but would later come back to haunt us. But first, a message from today's sponsor, starring my brother Andy.
You know what? Let's just play the sponsorship, right? And that way, you know.
Hey, what's going on? What's wrong?
Oh, hey. Well, I got all these book recommendations and I'm trying to read more this year, but there's so many recommendations and I can't decide which book to dive into.
Why don't you use Blinkist?
What's Blinkist?
What's blinking?
Blinkist is this really cool app that helps you get all of the main points and information from nonfiction books. They have like 5,500 books on there.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so just read the blinks of some of these books and it'll help you decide which ones are right for you to read in full. So it's really cool. Like you pick on a book that you want to consume. The blink shows you how long approximately it will take for you to consume it, whether you read it or listen to it. It gives how many key ideas there are. In this case, we have 4 key ideas. Who's it for? People who might find this interesting or useful, and then it goes down to the blinks. So I really like the blinks that are in the philosophy category. Just this morning I listened to Do Hard Things by Steve Magnus. I really like content and nonfiction
Actually,
books
that's
like
very
this
good.
that sort of help motivate me. I mean, this blink was 18 minutes. I read it this morning while I drank my coffee, had some good takeaways that
So it's like a summary. It's a summary, right? It's not the entire book. That's not bad.
kind of inspired me to buckle down and get to work today and do the hard things. Yeah, actually, I have Blinkist Connect too, so you can join on my account for free.
Wait, we can share it?
Yeah, it's cool because then we can share and recommend titles to each other as well. The big new thing is this
very
Blinkist
cool.
Connect feature.
Wow.
Your blinks and their blinks remain separate. It doesn't get
Cool.
intertwined or messy, but you can recommend
Awesome.
blinks to each other, which is a pretty cool feature. So guys, I highly recommend Blinkist. It's a
Hey,
really
check it out,
great
man.
app. I'm really all about sort of these apps or products that kind of help me become the best version of myself, and Blinkist
go,
is
man.
one of those. So use the link in the description to get 7 days free and then 25% off
There
a
you go,
Blinkist
folks.
Premium account.
He needs to pay
All
some
right.
bills, man.
Back to the video.
He needs to
Now,
pay some
where were we? Oh, yeah.
bills. Oh, this is what I love about the United States, man. It's just the aesthetics, man. Oh, this country's crazy, bro. This is great. When I used to stay in Wyoming, I lived there for a year. It was so beautiful, especially with the snow. Oh my God, you can see the snow from far away, from miles away. Things like that. Oh, and if you guys love snowboarding, you go to Wyoming, Wisconsin, Nebraska. You go to Montana, all that region. My goodness, you're having a blast.
Even the drive was really cool because we drove over Mount Hood, and then it's so cool to see how the scenery and the landscape changes in Oregon.
The landscapes change so quickly. From Portland, 1 hour, you're at the beach, the coast, the ocean. 1 hour in the other direction, you're at the mountains, big snowy peaks where you can ski.
And then you come over the mountain and the trees were smaller, to no trees, everything is dry.
30 minutes past that, you're in the desert, in a
Desert,
totally
oh.
different type of
That's
landscape.
beautiful.
You look around and you see no houses, and like the street is one line. It's so cool. In Germany, rarely areas where you cannot see a house, and that's cool for me to drive somewhere where it's like just nature. That's pretty cool.
After talking with many people
Wow.
about this, I think this is one of German people's favorite things about visiting the USA.
Wow, that's beautiful.
The
bro.
geographical diversity. In Germany, of course, you have the mountains in the south and the sea in the north, but for the most part, there isn't this extreme change in geography or landscape so quickly. Just look at the satellite image and you can see pretty
Yeah.
standard green all the way through. Whereas in Oregon and many other US states for that matter, the landscape shifts so quickly from ocean to forest to valley to mountain range to desert, all within a couple hours.
That's beautiful. My God. That's amazing, man.
Then we found ourselves in Bend, Oregon. We walked like 10 minutes from our Airbnb in Bend to the famous Deschutes Brewery.
The Schutz Brewery, that was cool. Bend is pretty
Talk about that. I don't even know what the hell is that. What's that? Duscher. That's like a German heritage, German thing.
Famous for their craft beers, I think, and breweries. And it was really yummy. We had like good American burgers.
Let's go. What do we have there? We have a fish fillet, right? With French fries, with the beer. Where's the ketchup? Oh well, there's some dressing here. Oh my god, man.
Or like sandwiches, and we had a craft beer. I don't know how it's called, but it was a metal, so that was and it was really yummy. I actually prefer those kinds of beers than to the Bavarian beer or like to the German beers, because German beers are so pretty much always taste the same.
There has been a warrant issued by the German government for Laura's arrest for this. I was gonna say like what are you doing? This is a German channel. Well, hold on.
The Bavarian beer or like the German beers, because German beers are so pretty much always taste the same, because they're like follow this law, and then there's not much to change, and there's just small changes, I guess.
The next day, this is the main
You cannot return to Germany after that, giving that statement.
point of our visit to.
We come down from the steep part of the hike, now we're on the flat part, we're right by the river, and we're in a race against the snow to get back to our car. Hopefully we can get back in time before we freeze out here.
Yeah, they get saying places like that, folks. It can get like feet, like a lot of feet of snow. Like you get like a lot dangerous. It's dangerous, folks. Right now, outside where I live right now, it's 5 degrees outside, man. Fahrenheit. 5 degrees, man. We're not even in January.
We finally made it around the last corner. We got super windy and icy and cold, but we're almost there.
It was so cool to see the change.
Okay, we just got back to the car.
Oh,
We're
the
walking
Jeep,
all the way
right?
around,
Yeah, the
over
Jeep.
and around Smith Rock State Park. Really cool. It's so snowy.
Pretty freezing cold, but we made it back to our big, awesome Jeep Gladiator. We didn't think, it didn't snow so much, maybe an
gonna
inch
get
or
stuck.
so, but we didn't think we were gonna have any trouble driving. But then we drove our Jeep Gladiator and we got stuck in 1
there you go, I
inch
told
of
you.
snow.
And we had
That's
like this much of the snow, and this huge truck couldn't handle a thing. It was like tires were like going crazy,
Yeah.
and that was so embarrassing. We were on this tiny elevation to go into the main street, and our truck got stuck. What? We have this huge truck, and what? And then this tiny car, basically a German-sized car, came and like just passed us and went to the main street and had no problem at all.
After much
Well, the
maneuvering
wheels-
back and forth, we were finally able to get our
Why? Because the wheels are not, they didn't have the wheels like German. They probably have those wheels for the snow.
truck going again. But from there on out, we were very skeptical of our dainty Gladiator.
Now, another cool thing about Bend, Oregon is that it is the home of the last blockbuster video in the
that's
world.
true. It's in
I'm
Oregon. Yeah, it's true. It's located in Oregon. Yeah, he's
In
right.
front of the last blockbuster
Yeah.
in the world.
We went into Blockbuster and it was so cool and nostalgic.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to go to Blockbuster growing up. Basically
too.
every Friday
Me
we had
too.
one about 1 kilometer from our house. Walk down there, rent a couple movies for the weekend. It was so fun. I loved it. So being in there really was a cool experience and just brought back so many memories.
Isn't
Yeah,
it cool?
Smell too.
Uh-huh. They're actually pretty smart because, not so many people rent DVDs nowadays. So they have a huge merch section, and we did decide to support the store by buying some awesome Blockbuster merch. But it was
I remember-
interesting because
man,
while we were there were actually
Bro,
people.
I remember in Puerto Rico, there were so many, man. There were so many blockbusters. I used to go there all the time. And then all of a sudden, the 2000s, early 2000s hit. It went down. It went out of business.
Coming back to return their
Good place, man.
DVDs and check out more DVDs, rent more DVDs. So the Blockbuster store is still working and in business. The people of Bend actually use it in that way, which is a pretty cool thing. It's kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
stuck in time. There's actually a documentary called The Last Blockbuster. Ironically, it's on Netflix, but it's about this Blockbuster in Bend. You can check it out.
Yeah. Very cool.
So guys, thanks for sticking around to this far in the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'd like to now give a shout out to the NalfSense channel. Some of you guys might remember I started it last year, but I'm reviving it with my brother Andy, and we're working on the videos together. So give that a subscribe and check out some of those fun, little,
Beautiful.
informative videos.
You know, that very good video, man. Very good video. I loved it. Very nice video. Just some support here, man. Let me just subscribe to him. He has good content, man. It does take time to do content like this. And I'm just privileged to just be able to react to this amazing guy, man. I'm going to put the link in the description down below with his channel. That way you guys can go and just support the original content creator. Man, that was beautiful. Content, all that area of the United States, me and my wife, we're always talking about that. Go there. Northern California, Oregon, Idaho, Washington State, Montana, North and South Dakota. I mean, north of Wyoming. I mean, all these great places, man. I mean, it's just an infinitive of discoveries, right? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Have you from Germany? Some of you guys from Germany, have you guys visited some of these areas in the United States? I would like to just hear from you guys. Meantime, I'll see you in the next one.